Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to talk about how to file a petition for adult guardianship. In Illinois, the way that one person can be named as legally responsible for a disabled adult's finances or personal well-being is through an adult guardianship proceeding, and these proceedings are initiated by filing a petition. The petition has to be filed in the proper court. It has to be accompanied by a summons and a physician's report. So we're going to talk today about what goes into that petition, what goes into the physician's report, what goes into the summons, and where the petition should be filed. So let's start with what goes into the petition. So the petition, one of the purposes of the petition is to kind of give the court some basic information about the particulars of this guardianship case and the person over whom guardianship is sought. The person over whom guardianship is sought is known as the respondent or the ward, but we'll talk about this person as the respondent going forward. So that's the disabled adult. So you're going to include a lot of information in the petition, and if you don't include the required information, the petition will likely be dismissed. The first piece of information is your relationship as the person filing the petition to the respondent. So how are you connected to this person? The name, place of residence, and date of birth of the respondent should be included, as well as the reason that guardianship is sought. So what is the disability that the respondent has, or why can't they care for their own affairs? The names and addresses of the current guardian, if one exists, and any agents that have been named in the healthcare or financial power of attorney for the respondent. You're going to include the names and addresses of the nearest relatives of the respondent, as well as the names and address of the person or institution with whom the respondent currently lives. Also, you're going to include the approximate value of the respondent's assets and the expected annual income for the respondent. So you've got a grounding of the financial situation for the court. Finally, you're going to include the following information for the proposed guardian: their name, address, age, occupation, and their relationship to the respondent. There's some other requirements that have to, as far as formal requirements for the petition, but this is the major information that needs to be included. Next, let's talk about the physician's report. So typically, you want to file the physician's report with the petition when you're filing the petition. The physician's report is basically a formal report by an examining physician saying that guardianship is appropriate. And guardianship is appropriate when the person is not able to make competent decisions on his or her own. So the physician is saying this person is no longer competent to make decisions. The report has to contain a bunch of different information, just like the petition does. So it has to contain information regarding the respondent's disability, so describe the nature of the disability, how the disability affects the respondent's ability to function or make decisions. It's got to describe and analyze any tests that the physician or anybody else performed on the respondent to determine the respondent's condition. And it's got to include information regarding the respondent's education, social skills, and any other behaviors that the physician observed. Then once this information is gathered within the report, the physician is going to make a recommendation as to the type of guardianship that is necessary. So basically the scope of the guardianship that's required based on this person's condition. And finally, the doctor is going to make a recommendation as to what the best future living arrangements for the respondent would be. The report has to be signed by a licensed physician who has examined the respondent within the past 3 months and anyone else who's assisted in preparing the report. So sometimes when you're filing a petition for guardianship, the respondent isn't always cooperative. They don't necessarily want someone else to be named the legal guardian. So if they're not willingly ready to submit to a physician for examination report prior to filing the petition, you can file the petition without a physician's report and then get a court order requiring the respondent, after the petition is filed, to submit to a physical examination report and then file the report after the fact. So next, let's talk about where the petition has to be filed. It's important that you file the petition in the proper court, also known as a venue. Otherwise, if you don't file it in the proper court, the petition will be dismissed for improper venue. So every county has a different circuit court, and you have to figure out which county to file in. If the respondent is a resident of the state of Illinois, the proper court to file in is the county in which the respondent resides. If they're not a resident of the state of Illinois, then the proper court is wherever the bulk of their real estate or personal property is located. Finally, let's talk about summonses. So a summons is something that's personally served on the respondent, and it tells them about the fact that a petition has been filed for guardianship, and it gives them notice of where and when to be for the hearing on the petition. It also lets them know about their rights. So, as in any other case, the petition has to include information about the location and time of the hearing. It has to be served upon the respondent within 14 days prior to the hearing and at least 30 days after filing the petition. Finally, unlike other summonses and other litigation matters, the Probate Act has some specific statutory language that has to be included in petitions for adult guardianship. So you should check out this Probate Act, and if you're preparing the summons yourself, make sure that a particular summons for adult guardianship is being used that includes the statutory language, not just any old summons. So that's all you really need to know about how to file a petition for guardianship. If you have any questions, feel free to call our office at 630-324-6666. We offer free consultations in guardianship and nearly every other area of law. Thanks so much for listening.
Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit makingrealestatefun.com for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.